Auburn Blitz is now on the air, your daily look into what's happening in Auburn athletics. With your host, Andy Graham, Brett Pritchard, Randy Lee, War Eagle.
Hello again, everyone, and good Wednesday afternoon. Welcome into this, the latest edition of the Auburn Blitz. I am Andy Graham alongside Jeremy Jeffco. We'll be with you for the next hour, taking your comments, taking your phone calls, and talking about everything going on in the world of Auburn athletics and beyond. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. I got some great sponsors we'll talk about a little bit later in the program today, but we appreciate you and love for you to be a part of the program. Give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. 256-234-6221. Or you can dial us up on the Sports Blitz Facebook page or our YouTube page and comment away, and we'll get to as many of those as we can throughout the show today. We like to take a little bit of a higher view, maybe a 10,000-foot view of things going on Wednesdays, kind of look around the SEC a little bit, see what happened over the weekend. But, of course, we'll start with Auburn. We'll talk about a little bit what back at practice, after a long plane ride back from California, things kind of getting back to normal. There were some injuries. What does that look like? We'll talk about that a little bit. Braves continue to march on, 95-50 now. Magic number down to 2.
Not only that,
They
but
whittled that thing down fast, didn't they?
yeah, the magic number. Not only that, but Olsen is now 1 home run away from the all-time Braves record for home runs in a season.
Nice?
He is tied with Andrew Jones.
51 home runs.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah, it was and very appropriately an opposite field, shot last night for Matt Olson in that. So, yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit if we have time a little bit later in the show as well. But just getting did you catch any of the Auburn game?
I did. I watched it all. Yeah,
okay.
watched the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I managed to stay awake.
Yeah, not what I expected.
It was actually about what I expected,
Really?
Andy.
You think so?
I expected a close game. I expected a few more points.
Yeah.
But not. I didn't expect like a 40-35. I expected in the 20s. I expected Auburn to win by about maybe a touchdown or so. Right. For a 4-point win wouldn't have surprised me. But I was thinking more like a 27-20 or a 24-17.
I was expecting more scoring for sure, and it sounded like Hugh Freeze in his press conference thought that was going to be the case as well. He felt like Auburn would be able to run the ball a lot better than they did, and clearly nobody plans on 4 turnovers and 7 penalties, ones that kill drives and things like that, and that's got to get better. But just overall, it seemed like the offense never got in sync. So we've talked about that a good bit this week leading up to this.
Yeah, but, I think the Auburn offense very much still a work in progress.
Yep.
Offensive line still a work in progress.
What did you think overall of Cal?
I thought Cal was what I expected. They're not a really good team, but they're. As we talked about this last week, I looked at their season last year, and they went 4-8.
Yeah.
But 4 of those losses were 7-point losses to top 25 teams. So this is not a team that was getting blown out every week. They were competitive. They just came up short a lot like you saw last Saturday. So yeah. I kind of expected the same sort of outcome. Chances
are they need a field goal kicker.
Yes. That it always helps to have somebody who can kick.
It does.
At the major college level.
3. Now, granted, they were 40-something yard field goals, but still, you missed 3. I mean, that just that's not good. On the injury front, Donovan Kaufman, notes from practice kind of yesterday as Auburn hit the field again. Donovan Kaufman, I don't think was present during the media viewing, and Coach Freeze was supposed to have his weekly teleconference with the SEC coaches today, hopefully updating that. But, Donovan Kaufman, a pretty important guy at that safety position. He has played extremely well this year. this is a good week to kind of heal up some wounds.
Sure.
You got Samford coming in, so to get everything kind of back in order before you head out for the first conference game of the year with Texas A&M. But looked like everybody else was pretty much participating. Keontae Scott was back practicing. That's a good thing. He is a really important player there at that star position as well. He's been really good, in the run and in coverage. Cam Stutz, who got banged up a little bit, back at practice. Jalen McLeod, Hugh Freeze made reference to that the other day. He's about 85%. Love to get him to 100% in the SEC season. I don't know how realistic that is because once you get to the SEC season, everybody's no longer 100% just because it's a rough and tough league. But J.D. Rim practicing, that's good news. Larry Nixon, linebacker, that's where Auburn's kind of thin. Obviously, you're missing Austin Keys. He's going to be out for a while, having surgery on his thumb. But Larry Nixon, I think, has played very well. He's not, dynamic. He's not making plays like Eugene Asante has been, but he has been very smart, very in the place where he's supposed to be, making tackles. So that's good that he's back. Nehemiah Pritchett, a guy who hasn't played yet this year. Supposed to be one of our better cornerbacks, NFL prospect. Has yet to play, but he was in a white jersey, so no longer in a non-contact jersey. That seems to be very positive. You'd like for him to get some kind of a little bit of playing time before SEC season. The transfer from Cincinnati, Nick Mardner, the wide receiver, still favoring the ankle a little bit, but practicing nonetheless. A name to keep an eye on, maybe Malcolm Johnson. He, the wide receiver, junior wide receiver, perhaps he gets into the rotation a little bit. I know Hugh Freeze said, and that seemed to be an issue Saturday night, the lack of separation from the wide receivers. That you can't place it all on Peyton Thorne when he drops back and nobody's open. I mean, the quarterback usually ends up taking the blame. Got to turn it loose. You got to do this. You got to do that. But if nobody's open, then where's he supposed to throw the ball?
Yeah, exactly.
Marcus Davis spent a lot of time with the receivers working on blocking. That's one of those kind of things you always, wide receivers, we always think about them catching the ball, catching touchdowns and 1,000-yard receivers and this and that and the other. But, man, blocking on the perimeter is one of the most important things to help out the team. It helps out the running game. And you can – it is blatantly – it's hard to tell sometimes if an offensive lineman misses a block. If a wide receiver misses a block on the screen or something, it is blatantly obvious. And that has seemed to have happened quite a bit here.
It's blatantly obvious because they're not good at it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
let's just say it. Wide receivers are not known as great blockers. When you find one that's a great blocker, it's like, wow, look at that guy.
Yeah, and if you can do it well, that certainly.
I always look at wide receivers like I expect them to miss some blocks. If they're trying hard, what else you gonna ask?
But if you just just get in the guy's way.
Yeah.
You don't have to pancake him.
Yeah.
Just get in his way, the defender's way to give because you can get a guy killed on one of those screens to the wide receiver screens to the outside or something like that, or
at least make the guy run around you.
Yeah, exactly. Do something. So hopefully that will get better as we move forward. But that just kind of an injury update for Auburn. According to practice yesterday, we'll see what happens. Again, it's a great time. You got Samford coming in Saturday night. Auburn can work out some kinks, I think, in the passing game. They need to, guys that need rest can get some rest, I think. And hopefully Auburn will feel a lot better about themselves going into the next week. One of the biggest games, JJ, was Texas and Alabama. I haven't talked about that much this week. Brett and Randy touched on it a little bit yesterday, but there was nothing fluky about it. Texas came in and looked like the better team.
Well, it was pretty obvious. Like at halftime, I got a text from a friend of mine that was at the game, and he said, "Hey, He said, Ty Simpson's taking some snaps on the sideline. You think they're going to make a move? And I said, if they don't, Alabama's going to get blown out in the fourth quarter because the defense is going to be gassed. There's just no, and it's exactly what happened. Jalen Milroe can't convert third downs. He can't throw short and intermediate accurately. He throws a great deep ball, good runner. And I think Saban even addressed it on Sunday. They asked him if there had been any thought to taking him out. He said, well, we didn't discuss it, but I can't tell you I didn't think about it. He goes, but put together a couple of nice drives in the third quarter. Alabama took the lead to start the fourth quarter. Yeah. People forget that. Jalen Milroe hits a ball, and next thing you know, Alabama's got the lead to start the fourth quarter. But
3 plays later,
there were so many 3 and outs, and then the turnovers, and and I don't put Alabama's defense got gashed in that fourth quarter, but I don't really put a lot of that on them. They were on the field too darn much. You can't put your defense out there over and over and over in bad situations because come the fourth quarter, you're not going to be able to stop anybody. And that's what that's what happened. Texas was, by the time the fourth quarter came, Texas was having fun, and Alabama was, hands on their knees. So
Quinn Ewers played really, really well.
He's a good player.
He is. I mean, he made some really, really nice throws. But there were some guys, that tight end, they were like, I don't think they ever even knew he was on the field half the time. It was wide open.
And you take a look in past, somebody was talking about this over the weekend. Past offensive lines at Alabama, Caden Proctor, the kid that started left tackle, would have been a right tackle in past years because he's big and powerful. He needs to drop probably 30 pounds.
Yeah.
But on the left side, against those quicker edge rushers, I mean, he's getting turnstile, and he's just not, he's too big right now to move with them,
That's how I told Luke last night, on paper, you can't tell a lot of difference between big and strong and fat and slow.
Right.
But when in the game, you can tell the difference.
Well, especially when you get up against a University of Texas level defensive end, edge rusher. Right?
Got to take our first break here on the Auburn Blitz, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Heritage South Credit Union in Alexander City is your community credit union, and they have been for over 80 years. Heritage South Credit Union proudly serves Tallapoosa, Coosa, Lee, Chambers, Randolph, and Chilton counties. From checking to business accounts, to share savings to club accounts, to their kids club and investments. Visit them online at myhscu.com. Heritage South Credit Union, your community credit union for 80 years. Federally insured by NCUA.
When you need an automotive hero, you got to call S&S Discount Tire Pros. With locations in Alexander City and Dayville, we are here to serve you today. From quick services like oil changes and tire rotations to in-depth automotive repairs such as suspensions, brakes, and tune-ups, S&S can take care of all your tire needs. You just have to focus on what's important and love the drive. Call S&S Discount Tire Pros today. We are automotive heroes, and we are here to serve you.
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. with the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our best rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Let's get serious. Let's get Arctic Air serious. You want your car and truck to live longer, don't you? Well, it's about maintenance. Same thing with Arctic Air. You see the number at the bottom of the screen? Call them right now. Let me tell you something. You want to be comfortable? We all want to be comfortable.
Truckloads of fresh inventory are rolling in to Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika. Check out the powerful new Chevrolet Silverado 4-wheel drive crew cabs discounted up to $9,500 off. The exciting 24 Chevrolet Equinox as low as $369 per month. The popular Chevy Traverse discounted up to $6,000 off.
Get your best price every day at Glenn Smith in Opelika, on the lot or online at glennsmith.com. Get ready to smile.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 45 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Brought to you each and every day by Central Alabama Community College. Great place to get a great education right here in Central Alabama. They got campuses in Alexander City, Childersburg, Prattville, and Talladega. Get your 2-year technical degree or get your basics taken care of before you head to a 4-year college to get your bachelor's, whatever your plan might be. They can help you out with that. Russell Do-It Center, they got 9 locations around Central Alabama. All your building supply, home decor, tools, whatever it might be. Go and check out Russell Do-It Center. They've been a great sponsor with us for so many years, and we appreciate them so very much. And J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation for all of your needs. No job is too big, no job is too small. Commercial, residential, whatever it might be, give them a call today, 334-531-0199, 334-531-0199, J.A. Smith Construction and Excavation. Got some comments, JJ. ESPN did say during the game that Cal had the 3rd best defense overall last season in the Pac-12. So, and Wilcox has always been known as a good defensive coordinator.
Sure.
So he's done a good job there.
Like I said last week, I don't think Cal is a terrible team. I think they're okay.
I was fairly
I would call them
impressed.
mediocre, right? I think they're a pretty mediocre team. They're not your typical 4-8 where you're getting blown out every week.
Yeah. Steve wants to know, what is the story on Asante's comment on being on the scout team last year and Harson's daughter writing Asante wanted to be on the scout team? Strange comment by Harson's daughter. That is if it was Harson's daughter. Yeah, I don't know. I don't keep up with Twitter nonsense. But, I mean, he did say, and he was on the scout team last year, and somebody chimed in it under her name or whatever that said you wanted to be on the scout team. I don't even number one, something doesn't make any sense at all.
Are they saying that he asked for a redshirt year?
Well, that may be what it is. So I hope that's what it means, because there is, like I told Luke last night, there is no possible scenario that a college linebacker comes to the coach and says, I know you want me to start, but I think I'd rather be on the scout team.
There is a
happen.
situation where you know it's going bad, and you go, Coach, I'd really like a redshirt year this year.
That's
I'd like
right.
to get better.
He never played a down, really.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what maybe that's what it is.
Now, if a guy asks you for a redshirt year, are you going to play him? I'm not going to play him.
Yeah.
If you don't want to be out there, don't be out there.
Don't be out there. Yeah, exactly. Jim says, JJ, wouldn't you say that Texas OC outcoached Kevin Steele, the Bama DC? Play calling for Texas, very calculated, and when they got the right matchups, they took their shots.
Yeah, it sounds like
credit.
It sounds like every other game I've ever watched Steve Sarkisian coach an offense. I don't even know who Texas' offensive coordinator is. Doesn't matter. Steve Sarkisian's arguably the best play caller in college football, and has been for a very long time.
Yeah.
And it was exactly what you expect out of a Steve Sarkisian offense. He moves people around. He exploits matchups. He creates the matchup, and then he exploits the matchup, right? Lane Kiffin's great at that, too.
Yeah.
And both of them are really, really, really good at that. So, yeah. No, look, Steve Sarkisian coaching offense, I'll put him up against anybody in the country and feel good about my chances.
Texas A&M in Miami.
Yeah.
This was an interesting game. It was a very low-scoring, ugly game in Texas A&M a year ago. This year, both teams, have made some improvements, they thought. Apparently, Miami made more improvements because they put up 48 points at home on A&M.
Last year when Cristobal was struggling in Miami, and he kind of told everybody that would listen, hey, we're cleaning up some things. In other words, we're running some guys off, right? We got to get some roster turnover here before it gets better.
Yep.
And you're starting to see that now. But I think, obviously, Cristobal's program has taken a step forward, and Jimbo's team looks exactly like Jimbo's team looked last year. I don't see much difference.
No, they don't. Connor Wiegman, I'm not sure. He threw the ball 53 times.
Look, he would start over Jalen Milroe. But he's not, he's not a high-level quarterback. He's not he's nobody's draft pick, let's put it that way.
Right. 97 yards rushing. That was another thing in the Alabama game. Only 107 yards rushing, too. Is that concerning moving forward for Alabama?
Depends. Don't know how good Texas' defense is yet. No. I think you got to wait and see. There's some dudes on that D-line. There's some guys on that D-line.
Oh, yeah?
We'll see. And like I said, the freshman left tackle struggled a great deal, and the center struggled a great deal too, but he's facing a 350-pound nose tackle who's really good.
Right.
So my snap would be a little off too.
Yeah. Maybe so. Ole Miss goes to Tulane. Now, Tulane without their starting quarterback, I believe. And this game was a lot closer than the 17-point finale, that 37-20. But Ole Miss, look, the one thing I think I told Luke, the most surprising thing about this game, 89 yards rushing from Ole Miss, that Quinshon Judkins has yet to get 100 yards.
Yeah, hasn't really exploded yet. I would think that they'll get him going at some point. I still think Ole Miss is probably the third best team in the West. And depending on what LSU is, depending on what Alabama does or does not do at the quarterback position, Ole Miss is sitting there with a chance to shake some things up.
Could be. Got to take another break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after these messages.
LMG Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
Lake Martin Garage, located on Highway 280 in Jackson's Gap, has been serving our area since 1993. From routine maintenance such as oil changes, tune-ups, and rotating and balancing your tires, to transmission and engine repair, our trained and certified mechanics will get you back on the road better than before. Need a tow? With a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week towing service, Lake Martin Garage has local and long-range pickup. Trust your vehicle needs to the professionals at Lake Martin Garage. Call 256-825-6139, or better yet, stop in and see them today. Lake Martin Garage.
What's the verdict?
Can't fix your heat pump. Need a new one.
Uh-oh. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking Daikin.
Call on Kevin Kill in Sunshine Heating and Air at 256-825-4849, Central Alabama's premier Daikin dealer.
So what's he thinking?
Oh, he's thinking Daikin.
Daikin, one of the top selling in the world.
Now I'm thinking Daikin.
Daikin. Comfort for life.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
Frontline Outfitters provides all your aftermarket parts for your cars, trucks, and as well as your professional tinting solutions for auto, residential, and commercial building. Frontline Outfitters also handles vinyl wraps, spray-in bed liners, truck accessories, LED lighting, paint correction and detailing, and much more. Make sure Frontline Outfitters of Alexander City is your first call for tinting and aftermarket solutions. Call us today, 256-409-8100.
Lee Apparel is your go-to vendor for screen printed and embroidered apparel and promotional products. We print and embroider free custom-made graphics or outsourced designs on everything from t-shirts, headwear, corporate wear, team sportswear, high-end safety apparel, and promotional products. At Lee Apparel, you can always expect quick turnaround time, competitive pricing, friendly customer service, and free in-hands delivery on all orders. Visit us at leeapparel.com to get started.
Lake Martin Mobile Detailing is the #1 auto and boat detailing company in Central Alabama. Don't trust your boat or vehicle to just anybody. Hire the professionals. Top-of-the-line ceramic coating, detailing, gel coat restoration, and paint correction gives you the options to take care of your vehicle the right way. Located at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville, Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have you riding in style. Call them today at 256-794-2328 for Superior Automotive and Boat Detailing.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you. About 30 more minutes left in today's show. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us today. Get your phone calls in, 256-234-6221. What'd you think about Auburn and Cal, or Alabama and Texas, or Texas A&M and Miami? Any of the games that went on this weekend? We were talking about that. Look, Mississippi State needed overtime and 5 turnovers from Arizona to pull that one out, 31-24.
A little concerned about the Bulldogs.
That was, like I say, it was not a banner weekend overall for the SEC.
No.
And there are signs that we look back and say, okay, yeah, that was not a good sign. One also being Austin P 6, Tennessee 13 at the half.
Yeah.
That one ended up 30-13, but
Tennessee, I'm actually less concerned about than some of these others.
Now, Tennessee got Florida this weekend. A place
They do.
Down in Gainesville. What have they won? What, once in 30 years?
Yeah, Austin
I mean,
Peay's your kind of your classic look-ahead game, right?
Yeah. That's what I was going to ask you. Much ado about nothing, or concern?
We don't know yet. We'll find out this weekend, right? But
I mean,
to me,
you like Tennessee to.
I like Tennessee to win the SEC this year.
Okay.
Yeah. I actually, my guess would be it's just kind of a classic look ahead thing. We're going through the motions here. We're, sorry, coach, I'm only halfway here, kind of thing. And, but I mean, Joe Milton looked great. They ran the ball for a lot of yards.
Yeah, the offense did fine.
Yeah. So, I think Tennessee's going to be fine. I think Florida's in some trouble this weekend. So.
Yeah, with that, like you said, that ought to be it was an interesting game last year. Florida exceeded expectations, went up to Knoxville and played Tennessee really well, and actually had some opportunities late in that game to win it. But Florida has not looked good this year, but we'll see. Ty says, I saw that Sanford guy has got no running game, and the offensive line is giving up many sacks on the quarterback. A good combination for Auburn. That will hopefully work out really well for the Tigers.
I mean, do we really need to discuss the advantages and disadvantages
in a
Sanford game?
I hope not.
Yeah, okay. Let's hope not.
Kyle Hamby says Mississippi State upsets LSU this weekend.
Ooh, that would be something. I will say this. How weird is it to see Mississippi State play an entire game and overtime, and Will Rogers had 17 pass attempts?
And I think I'm not 100% sure about this. Luke and I were mentioning it. He mentioned it. But the greatest irony of all is I think Mississippi State is the guys from Mississippi State's leading the league in rushing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you talk about a turnaround.
Yeah.
But
I mean, this is what
that Mark's kid, I think.
This is what the new coach said he wanted to do, right? He wanted to be a more physical team, a more balanced team, a team that runs the football, and we'll see if it pays off. 3 of 11 on third down.
Not good.
That's not good.
Not good. That won't pay dividends down the road for sure. Kentucky didn't look great against Eastern Kentucky. Vanderbilt certainly did not look good against Wake. There's some. Missouri struggled with Middle Tennessee. As James so eloquently said on Monday, the SEC is a Rudy Poo league. I'm not ready to agree with that quite yet, but it does not look like a formidable league, at least at the moment.
Well, sometimes you have to kind of let things play out first. Yeah. But in terms of performance, non-conference, hadn't been great.
Hadn't been great.
But we'll see. We'll see how that changes. As we get into conference play and see how people look. But the Vanderbilt, I think is going to be worse than we thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think Missouri's going 0-8 in the league. If they win one, it'll be Vanderbilt. It is so.
Arkansas did not look great against Kent State.
Yeah,
28.
Find out more about Arkansas though. Arkansas has got some interesting games the next couple of weeks.
So once the league starts playing each other, then we'll start to probably get a little bit better indication about this. But maybe some signs or some flags to kind of point a place in the ground to look back on and go, that was not a good sign. We should have known that maybe some rough waters were ahead for some of these teams. And and certainly Auburn, 223 yards or 230 yards against Cal, that's certainly not a good sign moving forward. So hopefully you can – but one game a season does not make.
That is true. I was trying to think like Sunday – if I were picking a playoff for today, who would it be, right? And I was trying to figure that out, like if it were today, if it, season ends today, and it would probably be Georgia because until they lose, I can't leave them out, right?
Who?
Georgia.
Okay.
Until they lose, I can't leave them out.
Sure.
Georgia, Florida State, Texas,
USC.
Tennessee. Maybe USC.
That seems about
That's
Right.
4 pretty big names. I think the television executives would be happy with
I
that.
think in the last 4, you could not ask for 4 better ones.
Yeah.
At least name-wise.
Yeah.
That would be, and Texas being among them, because then everybody, oh, well, Texas is back. Ty's friend is back at it again. Ty Sanders says, my friend predicts Auburn will beat A&M next week, and Jimbo Fisher will be fired after the game.
Wow. Does that change the buyout if he's fired mid-season?
I don't think so. I think 76. I think it's all guaranteed, so it doesn't matter when it happens. It's just a matter of they paid him the money
That
or
game
not.
is in College Station.
Yes, it is.
I sort of expect A&M to win that one. But, man, they look bad this past weekend.
$76 million, I believe.
Yeah.
Bubba says Georgia, Michigan, USC, Auburn.
Kind of forgot about Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that's a stretch for Auburn being there. But Georgia, Michigan, USC, okay. Hey, why not?
Yeah, I could see that.
Auburn's undefeated. I will go there. So other teams are not.
That's right.
That's all I can say for sure. But I know that for a fact. Matchups this week, as I mentioned, not a lot of great matchups this week, but Tennessee and Florida, that's
a good one.
If Florida's ever going, if they're going to make any kind of statement for Billy Napier, they're going to rise up and play for him.
Is that in Gainesville?
It is in Gainesville. Again, Tennessee has not fared there well for a long time.
No, but I think Tennessee is just so much better than Florida. I don't think it's if it were kind of thing where Tennessee's good and Florida's up and coming, it would be different. I don't think Florida's up and coming. I think they're bad. I think they're just not a good team.
South Carolina's at Georgia.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
That's a bigger rivalry game than most of us give it credit for.
That's true.
And that one could be interesting for a half or 3/4.
And LSU at Mississippi State. Cowbells will be out in force.
We'll find out where LSU is after the Florida State loss, right?
Yeah.
We'll find out where they're at.
All right, we got to take a break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more of the Auburn Blitz right after this.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
At C&T Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
WOTM is the television provider for all Alabama High School Athletic Association championship events and special programs. WOTM is your home for the Super 7 football, state finals basketball, baseball and softball state championships, the AHSAA weekly show, and WOTM also produced the first ever football playoff show, Super 7 preview show, and reclassification reveal show. Your exclusive home for all things AHSAA is WOTM. Contact your local cable provider to request WOTM to your channel lineup.
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
Lay your best to rest. Call the best. Lewis Pest Control.
Lewis Pest Control is now serving Alexander City and the entire Lake Martin area. They've been family owned and operated for over 60 years. Whether it's residential, commercial, or industrial, Lewis has environmentally safe products for all your pest control needs. Lewis Pest Control.
Lay your best to rest. Call the best. Lewis Pest Control.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Bucks Island is your boating headquarters. Are you ready to hit the water and go boating this summer? Bucks Island has all kinds of boats, with one sure to fit exactly what you want. Fishing boats, sport boats, pontoon boats, and all with low monthly payments. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Bucks Island Service Department experts are also here for you to keep your boat in top running condition. Call 1-800-I'm-READY. Don't be left standing on the bank this summer. Visit online at bucksisland.com and don't buy a boat till you get a Bucks quote.
Lake Area Realty specializes in Lake Martin real estate. They can help simplify your next real estate purchase or sell and have helped many home buyers and sellers through the area buy and sell real estate with precision. Lake Area Realty utilizes powerful marketing tools and knowledge of the lake to help you with your next move. Call your local hometown agency today, Lake Area Realty, at 256-825-4800. That's 256-825-4800. Lake Area Realty, helping you find your way home.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and JJ here with you until 1 o'clock. Thank you so much for all of you out there taking some time on your lunch hour to spend with us. Be sure to join us each and every day, Monday through Friday, 12 to 1, right here on your Spectrum cable dial or on the interweb. JJ, well, you mentioned some of the other matchups. Alabama going to South Florida. Look, I think South Florida may not be as good as Middle Tennessee, to be perfectly honest with you.
Yep.
But it is a road game. Any chance for a hangover here for Alabama to slop around?
A little bit, but I think make a prediction for you.
Yeah.
I think Jalen Milroe may start the game, and I think he may end the game no longer being the starter. You're already starting to hear that Buckner's getting more snaps with the first team this week. I think they're getting closer to wanting to pull that trigger. And if you're going to do it, if you're going to give Buckner time to get in-game work, this is the week to do it before conference play hits, you know.
Yeah.
Now, if you do it right, you can still have your next opponent guessing as to which way you're going. But I think so that could – I don't expect Alabama to be firing on all cylinders on Saturday. Absolutely not.
It was a humorous look. I'm sure it wasn't to Alabama fans. But, they happened to show Tommy Reese on the phone with Jalen Milroe, and Tommy Reese was like this the whole time, talking to him on the phone. It was just not a good
I get it, because I was doing the exact same thing at home, Yeah, because, there were completions, 5-6 yard completions over the middle that were thrown high. The receivers having to literally put that 38-inch vertical to work to get to. Mm-hmm. And we're talking a 5 or 6 yard completion. We're not talking like a 20-yard sideline route, So it was one of the worst quarterback performances I've seen at Alabama in a long time.
They've set a pretty high standard. I'll say.
Well, that. I'm going back Shula time here. I'm going back.
You going to the Jeff Dunn days?
Jeff Dunn had moments where Jeff Dunn was pretty good, right? Guy could complete a 40-yarder, but couldn't complete a screen to save his life. I don't know. It was bad.
Yeah.
It looked really bad.
Kansas State is at Missouri. That could the Missouri Tigers be rolled?
I think Missouri may be rolled, because I actually think Kansas State's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I don't think Missouri is very good at all. So, yeah, I sort of expect Kansas State to win that game.
Georgia
going away.
Tech is at Ole Miss, a Haynes King-led Yellow Jacket.
The third.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the Yellow Jackets doing anything in Oxford.
Probably not. No, probably not. All right. Well, there may be some other. I may have overlooked.
I think LSU.
BYU and Arkansas.
Oh, BYU and Arkansas. I have no idea who BYU's played, but they're 2-0. Arkansas hasn't really looked as strong as I wanted them to, but at the same time, they're undefeated. You know, we'll see. I mean, KJ Jefferson will need to have a really good game. So
yeah, that's for sure.
And what's Rocket Sanders' status?
That's a good question.
You know.
I don't have that in front of me, so. But that could play a part in that for sure. Ty says, I predict the Braves will clinch the division tonight, and Olsen will break the record.
Tonight?
All tonight.
Okay.
Going to be a great night for the Braves.
Here's the question. There's 17 games left.
Mm-hmm.
Can the Braves get hot enough to win 12 of them?
Yes.
If they win 12 of them, they will set the record for most wins in a season in franchise history.
How about that?
The record is 106. It was set in 1998.
Right.
So.
Well, if records are being broken, to be perfectly honest, okay, the Braves have one more with the Phillies in Philadelphia, at the Marlins for 3, Phillies for 3 at home, 4 on the road with the Nationals, 3 with the Cubs at home, 3 with the Nationals to close things out. I believe the Braves can win as many games as they want to win in that stretch. To be perfect, I mean, you know, they're not going to sweep the Phillies probably, but they could sweep the Marlins. They could sweep the Nationals. They could probably sweep the Cubs and the Nationals at home. But they just it's unlikely that they will. But I think yes, that is very much. To be perfectly honest, I think they could win 110. But
well, like I said, to do that, they'd have to win 15 out of 17 to close the season.
But I mean, you never know how they're going to, because if they do clinch tonight, then does that change the way you think about how you want to finish? Do you start resting guys? I mean, all this kind of stuff. It comes into play, but
I think you can play to win and still rest guys.
Mm-hmm.
You just alternate how you rest them, right? I mean, we saw Ronald not in the field yesterday.
Yeah,
or was it the day before, whatever day. But he still started the game as DH. So,
going to be a lot of fun. Atlanta, Milwaukee, and the Dodgers now leading the East, Central, and West. But the Phillies are in good shape in the wild card. The Cubs are up 2 games, but the Diamondbacks, the Reds, the Giants, and the Marlins all within 1.5 games of making that last wild card. So that should be a lot of fun. And on the wild card in the AL, Tampa Bay, far and away, going to get in unless they overtake Baltimore, and then Baltimore gets in. But the Rangers, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays, about a half a game difference.
Yeah, they've all got 80 wins.
How about that? I mean, that's going to be a lot of fun here down the stretch. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with one final segment of the Auburn Blitz on this Wednesday, right after this.
J.A. Smith Construction is your trusted choice for construction site clearing and grading for new home construction, underground utilities and site work, concrete paving, storm drain installation, fish ponds, and slough dredging. No job is too big or too small. Call Alexander at J.A. Smith Construction at 256-896-1400 or email asmith@jasmithconstruct.com. J.A. Smith Construction, your trusted choice for construction.
SignSource is your local vendor for commercial and residential sign manufacturing and installation. We offer all kinds of lighted and non-lighted signage, from retail signs, LED message centers, event banners, vehicle wraps, the whole spectrum. We also offer service and repair on existing signs, as well as retrofitting to LED or installation of outsourced signage. We have the knowledge necessary to fulfill all of your signage needs in the short or long term. Visit signsourcenow.com to get started.
EnviroCare is the standard in East Central Alabama for all your pest control and termite needs. EnviroCare exclusively offers Centricon termite colony elimination system that is the industry's most effective termite control to protect your home year-round. The EnviroCare team's service is also the standard for our customers. From eliminating home pests to superior termite control, nobody cares like EnviroCare, serving Lake Martin and East Central Alabama.
L&G Ad Agency is the go-to vendor for all your digital and print marketing needs. We have in-house production for all projects, including graphic design, web design, social media marketing, videography, and print marketing. Our video production is up to industry standard with modern 4K cameras and drone capabilities. We pride ourselves in client-committed relationships, and every project is personalized to your needs. Visit lmgadagency.com for a free quote today. Let us tell your story.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Passion, the obsession that burns within. Determination, the burning desire to make it. Drive, the motivation to be the absolute best. Skills, the tools to perform at the highest level. Excellence, the feeling of achievement. At Central Alabama Community College, you can release your passion, show your determination, display your drive, and showcase your skills to achieve excellence. Central Alabama Community College, central to you, central to your success.
For more than 40 years, Ingram Equipment Company has helped companies, towns, and cities with their dirtiest, most challenging jobs by providing the very best equipment and by helping them keep in tip-top working condition. IEC represents leading manufacturers such as Heil garbage truck bodies, Timco sweepers, Step pothole patchers, and many more. We proudly support all athletes and teams that compete across the state and wish them good luck this year. Ingram Equipment Company, ingramequipment.net.
The interstate is backed up this morning due to an accident.
So you don't like sitting still on the interstate? Get the free Algo traffic app. With Algo, you'll have the information you need to avoid problems on your route, to work, to home, to the beach. Traffic backups, wrecks, lane closures, all with current info and live traffic camera feeds. Know before you go with Algo Traffic, ALGO Traffic from the Alabama Department of Transportation. Get it today and arrive on time.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment on this Wednesday afternoon. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Appreciate all of you each and every day. It is August. I keep wanting to say August. I'm still in August. It is September the 13th.
It is not August.
It is not August. Maybe it's the heat. I don't know. September the 13th, on this day, 1965, the great Willie Mays hit home run number 500. And coincidentally, 6 years later, 1971, the great Frank Robinson, on this day, hit home run number 500.
Well, this is about that time of year where records get set, right?
Yeah. 1973, this one was interesting. Congress passes and sends a bill to President Richard Nixon to lift the NFL's television blackout of sold-out games. Now, in today's idea, that seems just insane.
Well, one, I totally agree with that.
Oh, sure.
And I get television blackouts of non-sold-out games. I do get that. But if a game is sold out, lift the blackout.
Yeah. But there you go. So that could have been 1973, all the way back when. Happy birthday today, Bill Monroe. father of bluegrass.
Oh, okay.
Basically created bluegrass. 1911 to 1996. Clint Frank. I'm sure all of you know Clint Frank.
Yeah, sure.
1937 Heisman winner from Yale. Hall of Fame halfback, born on this day, 1915. Don't hear about too many Heisman winners from Yale anymore.
Not anymore.
Or Army.
Harvard.
Or Navy.
Yeah.
Reckon why that is. I don't know. Mel Torme.
I mean, I know he's a singer. I can't think right off the top of my head of anything Mel Torme recorded.
The Velvet Fog. The greatest, one of the great guest appearances on Seinfeld. Mel Torme. He was big into the helping mentally challenged people. And Kramer, kind of adopted Kramer. And Kramer, it's a long story, but if you've seen that episode, it's hilarious. Richard Keel. Jaws from the James Bond movies.
Yeah.
Big, tall,
Okay. Yeah.
More people, this generation might remember him as Happy Gilmore's boss. That had the nail in his head. That's Richard Keel, born on this day, 1939. Jacqueline Bisset, lovely English actress, 1944. Peter Cetera,
lead singer of Chicago.
Yeah. Also solo career.
Also did some solo stuff.
Who will fight for your honor?
Yeah, that was on Karate Kid 2. If I'm not mistaken.
Kid 2, yeah. Nell Carter.
Nell's Place. What was the name of the show?
Give me a break, JJ.
Is that the show?
Give me a break.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was one after that though.
I think there was. I think didn't she start on Benson, and it was a spinoff of that maybe?
Maybe so.
I can't remember. But yeah, she from Birmingham, Alabama, by the way.
I did not know that.
Nell Carter, yeah. Michael Johnson won a couple of gold medals.
Okay.
He was the guy that wore gold shoes.
Okay.
In 1996 in Atlanta. He was really fast. Bernie Williams, great outfielder for the Yankees. Couldn't stand him back in those days, but he apparently very talented guy. I think he's a classical guitarist as well. Brad Johnson,
quarterback, Minnesota Vikings.
Yeah, won a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks. Also played in college.
His son is the backup at LSU.
He is.
Yeah.
Remember where he played?
No.
Florida State.
Okay, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Denny Nagel, born on this day, 1968.
Pitcher.
Pitcher with the Braves. He had a pretty good career with Pittsburgh, and then got traded to the Braves. Had a pretty good few years. Tyler Perry.
That guy knows how to make some money.
I'm about to say I think he owns everything.
Yeah.
Every show.
But he owns all the stuff that Oprah doesn't already.
That's true.
Yeah.
Every show that comes on, it's like Tyler Perry's something. And honestly, I don't think I've ever seen any of them. But I mean, more power to him. Do you like the Medea stuff?
Yeah.
1969. Goran Ivanisevic.
Very stoic tennis player.
He finally won Wimbledon. He could never beat Pete Sampras, but he finally ended up winning one. And now you see him in the box of the name escapes me at the moment. Greatest tennis player of all time.
Bjorn Borg.
No, of today. I'll get it. I don't know why I can't think of it. My brain is falling out of my head at the moment. Fiona Apple.
Singer.
Yeah, Criminal.
Yeah.
That's like her main hit, but I don't know people still
She
love
had
her.
several. She's a strange lady. Different, different kind of artist. Yeah.
Strange lady. Ben Savage, born on this day, 1980. Brother of Fred. If you ever saw.
I've seen the Wonder Years.
Yeah, he was the one in this. What was the boys? Something about him and Mr. Feeney and Topanga and.
Oh God, that show.
Boy Next Door or something.
Okay.
Wasn't it called something? Boy
meets girl.
Boy meets something. Yeah, it was something like that.
Boy meets girl. Something like that.
It was something like that. But anyway.
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World. You nailed it.
Okay, there we go.
Very good.
I just the name. I just remember when the kids were little, Topanga was like a big thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's true.
whatever happened to her?
I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll try to figure that out for next week.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey.
I'm sure she's got a birthday coming up.
Probably so, yeah. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. He is JJ. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.